Hello, I'm Adinser and welcome to Season 2. It has finally begun. I thought that the last one was never gonna end. It's the first week and there is something to be mad about and something to be excited about. So let's go over the changes that were made. Casters are dominant and will only get stronger as we progress through the season. Frost mages received a lot of buffs, so did affliction locks, and shadow priests were already strong. But it was to be expected. The power switch between melee and casters gradually happened over the last patch, and now the disparity is just insane, for frost mages in particular. Balanced druid seems to be okay, but still not viable as the rest, and elemental shamis are at the bottom of the food chain, again. In terms of melee, warriors and DKs are fine, as always, but the rest have either been nerfed or have lost some of their main comps. Combat rogues and their killing spree nonsense are finally dead, thank god. If you still want to play a rogue though, make sure to be assassination or subtlety. Hunters seem to be struggling since PM wasn't buffed like most of the currently popular classes. They just received a small nerf to Murder of Crows. Red Paladins and Enhancement Shamis didn't get much love and are reduced to only being able to play one comp, or two at most if you're really creative. And that just isn't enough. Ferals, on the other hand, are even stronger than before. They still are as squishy as they were though. And I won't even talk about monks after what they did to them. As for healers, Holy Pallies seem to be the strongest. Restoration Shamis are the same as always. They have a few comps in which they excel at, but Discos and Mistweavers have only one or two viable comps, same as Ret and Enha. So there you have it. Be prepared to die of boredom and frustration when fighting God comp, RMD, MLS, Shadow Cleave and other wizard cleaves, because they'll be the best, and a form of LSD might be coming back as well. So have that to look forward to. Anyway, if you're a caster, this is a good time to be playing WoW PvP. Not saying that melee are completely gone, or that they will be gone from high ratings, but don't be surprised if it ends up being a similar situation as in the end of MOP, where you would be surprised and actually glad to see a melee cleave while climbing the ladder and in tournaments as well. Why is Blizz so proud of Escharon? I don't get it. They keep coming up with ways to force us to go there every week. In the past you could ignore it if you're not that serious in PvP, and I, as most people that aren't in the top 100, did actually ignore it. Because you only lost 200 conquest points every week by not doing it, and you didn't have the reputation to buy best in slot items. But those were like a couple of them for each class. And now there is all that, plus if you do it every week, you are guaranteed 2 epic loot boxes that have a chance to give you an epic 700 item level item. This might seem great, but you can't just join and do 1, maybe 2 events and you're done. You have to win 4 events and kill the boss in order to get it. And if you end up in a shitty group, that may take hours. Not counting the hour you already waited to get in. Then of course there is the RBG box, same as before. Don't you think that this is insane? The time you have to invest for these activities is crazy. It would be fine if it was a choice. Let's say that everything is as it is, but if you reach a certain rating in 3v3s, let's say 1800, you get a box. If you reach 2000, you get another one, and the last one at 2200. Somewhere in between you could also get the chance to cap the rest of the conquest that you would get from Escharon. The system now just rewards extra conquest, but it doesn't overwrite the Asheron one. And in that way you actually reward people who know how to play and have spent a lot of time learning how to play over the years without having to spend the time again on bullshit that requires zero skill to do. As for the sets, I don't mind that they look the same as the PvE ones, just slightly different, but there are only a couple that stand out while the rest is garbage, same as it has been for the past 4 years. There is one more thing I would like to mention. I'm not sure, but the honor you get from skirmishes seems to have improved. If you win one, you can get above 150 honor if you get extra honor from the box. So it is by far the fastest way to gear up with those new blue items that scale to 715. If you play with a regular partner, you can get 2k honor in around 10 to 15 minutes since one match lasts 1 minute or less. So to conclude, this all might seem like I'm ranting for the sake of ranting, but a lot of the decisions they made for PvP this expansion and this patch are really poor, in not only my opinion. The best thing to come out of this patch is a change in the meta of arenas. Old comps are coming back and maybe new ones will be formed. And if we do see that, it will be really exciting. I'm gonna leave you with that thought. Enjoy the rest of the video, thanks for watching and see you next time.